What's good, YouTube? I'm back with another Madden 18 tip video, and in this tip video I'm going to be showing you guys offensive money play where you can get some big yards in one play. Now I'm going to be running this play out of the West Coast, and it's out of bunch week. But what you're going to first want to do is you're going to go take your receiver. What I like to do is I like to put the receiver as the receiver for right here. So you want your best and your fastest receiver on the team. In this case is Brandon Cooks. So I will be moving him down to the third receiver. Now you don't have to do that. You could switch him through the subs, through the playbook, but this is how I choose to do it. So we're going to go to bunch week. Also, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and leave a like if you do enjoy this video, because I will be bringing out some more content. But like I said, it's bunch week, and what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pick corner strikes. Now we're going to be running this play against cover 3. Okay, so now this is what you're going to want to do. What you are going to want to do is that if the ball is on the left, say the ball is on the left side of the hash, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to run the bunch. You're going to want your bunch to be on the right side of the hash. And if the ball is on the right side of the hash, you want your bunch to be on the left side of the hash. The reason is because you want enough space for the A receiver to be able to expose the corner on the side that he is going to be running his route against. Now I will be showing you right now. What you're going to want to do to set this up is, well, how I like to set it up is put X on the slant, put Y on a little in route, and I like to put A on the streak, and I like to put RB on the streak. I'll tell you guys why I like to put Y in route a little bit later. But first we're going to take B, and what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to motion him. And when you motion him, you're not going to want him to complete his motion and completely stop. Once you motion him, you're going to snap it as he's motioning. So I'll demonstrate it right here. Snap the ball, and what you're going to do is you're going to want to pay attention to A, and then you're going to see him get free like that, and you're going to want to throw the ball to him. That time, somehow they got there and was able to knock the ball out of his hand. But yeah, that play usually works, so I'm going to run it one more time for you guys. So this is the setup, and we're going to move him and snap the ball. And then what you're going to do is you're going to want to throw it to A. It's better to possession catch it because that makes it easier, because the safeties do get there at times. Sometimes if the safety does not get there at all, and you can completely beat him if your quarterback is able to throw a good ball. But yeah, if you see that the safety's coming in close, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to possession catch that ball, and you're guaranteed to get that play to work. So I'm going to run it for you guys one more time. I'm going to throw it to the A receiver, and what I like to do, I possess the aggressive catch right there, try possession catch, but right there, that was just the perfect one right there. Now I'm going to show you guys why this play really works so well. Hold on. So here's what makes this play really work. You've got this corner right here who is pretty much focused on when the motion happens. He's just completely focused on the B receiver because the B is pretty much coming straight at him, and he's focused on him. And you want to make sure that A and RB are streaking, because RB at the moment will have this guy occupied, this free safety occupied, and nobody's really occupying A. But once that happens, he's streaking and he's not in this corner zone, so he's not really occupying him, and he's just running right past him, being unnoticed. And what you do is when you throw that ball, you want to lead the ball towards this corner side of the field, because it will make it, not only will it make it harder for this free safety to get there, but he's not going to be able to do anything about it. Like, there's no one there covering this side right here. So after you lead that ball, you're going to try to possession catch it if you can. Sometimes they'll aggressive catch it, I guess, if that's the only way to make the play. But right there, it didn't matter for the aggressive catch because he already had this safety completely beat. And that's why, also why you want a really fast wide receiver running this play for you. Because if your quarterback has the arm to throw this ball and lead him far enough, this wide receiver will completely beat that safety. And as you see right there, you'll get an easy touchdown. Now, I could try to show you guys this play working on towards the middle of the hash. It does not always work, but it's possible to run it towards the middle of the hash of the field. But I could tell you guys what causes this play to not work and how it does work, and why I like to have my check down under route, like to have my X, my under route, and I like to have X on the slant. Now you could run it the same way as we did last time, but what does happen at times is the linebacker that is lined up in between RB and A, sometimes he'll give a little, a little jam to A. If he jams A, what then happens is A starts to move. I'll show you guys. So A starts to move over a little bit, and once he is pushed over a little bit, he's kind of in the zone of that cornerback, and what happens, the cornerback then ends up falling. So we can run this play and see what happens. So right there he gets jammed, and because he gets jammed, he is then picked up. And if that happens in the middle, if you see that immediately he gets jammed, you're just going to want to throw it to your check down. So your check down in this particular instance is Y. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to motion this player, snap the ball. Oh, I didn't even run it, but yeah, we're just looking at the check down anyways. So check down is Y. So you're just going to quickly get it to him. You're guaranteed at least a good like 5 yards. You might even get a lot more depending on what happens in the play. But that's pretty much it right there. So it is possible if you know you're 100% sure that your player is running cover 3 because he's been running it all game long. That's what you're gonna want to do, is go to that check down if you're on the middle of the hash, if A gets jammed. Now if A does not get jammed, we'll see if he doesn't get jammed here. Like he doesn't get jammed right here, the play will work perfectly. So what you're gonna have to focus on is if you run this play towards the middle of the field, you're gonna have to pay attention to that linebacker and see if he jams that receiver or not. Because if he does not jam him, like what happened before, he is able to run without being detected by this corner. But if he does get jammed, instead of being right here, he's going to end up right here. And if he ends up right here, he is then being focused on by this corner, and this corner is going to bail out and follow him because it breaks everything down. It ruins the whole play. So you guys are going to want to be able to keep an eye on that and pay attention to that if you're going to run this towards the middle of the field with the ball spot on the middle of the field. It is possible to get this play in the middle of the field, but there's more risk to getting it picked off, which is why I have this under route, because when you run this under route, even though he got jammed up right there, if he's running cover 3 as is, what's going to happen is this player is going to be bailed out right here, and you're just going to have an open 5 yards, so you will have a check down. And typically what does happen is that this slant is usually going to be occupied. Oh, it wasn't a slant right there, but it's usually, I put a slant right there, it gets occupied by the linebacker when you put a slant, because the user is just going to typically take anything that crosses over the middle of the field. And so if he occupies that, you will have that under route wide open. Now what's next is I'm going to show you guys how to run this play out of cover 4. Now everybody loves cover 4 drop show 2. Let me spot this ball real quick. Everybody loves running that play, but you can definitely beat that play. If your opponent's been just spamming that play, with this play right here, you could definitely beat it. So what you're going to want to do is a little bit different, but the setup is the same. But instead of hiking it while he is in motion, you're going to let him complete that motion. That's what you're going to let him do. You're going to let him complete it, and you can see he then moves up a little bit towards him. You snap the ball. My fault, I kind of messed that up. What I was supposed to do is I was supposed to put A on the fade. So let me reset that for you guys. So we're going to run it one more time for you guys so you guys can see with it actually working. So you're going to want to run X, run that under route again, and then you're going to want to motion B out. Right there, then you're going to snap the ball. And after you snap the ball, you're going to look at A, and then you're going to throw it towards A, towards the slide line. And as you guys can see, he is able to get wide open, undetected. You will get a touchdown on this play, guaranteed. Now that is all I do have for you guys today. I will be bringing out another tip video. I do have another money play for you guys, so stay tuned for that. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. But as always, I will be back with some more videos, but I'm out. Peace.